Grand Haven, Michigan is a lot of fun. The Coast Guard Festival is August the 1st through August the 7th. And on the 7th, they have a nice parade, and in the evening, they have great fireworks. And that's where me, my grandson Derek, son David, and daughter-in-law Kathy went on Friday afternoon. Well, about an hour before we got to Grand Haven, driving along 96, my stomach started hurting. Well, we got to my brother's house in Nunica, and we were going to go over to Spring Lake to see my niece. Now my stomach hurt even more. I thought, oh no, the festival, I want to see it. Well, my niece had a great buffet, but I couldn't eat anything. I had a glass of milk and some water. I went in her bathroom and relieved myself several times, and still my stomach hurt. Finally, my sister-in-law, my brother's wife, who is a nurse, said, we better take you to the hospital. Okay, what? Got to get rid of this pain, right? Well, went to Muskegon Mercy Hospital, and there I was examined, and it was about 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and finally at 3 o'clock in the morning they decided to admit me. I had a lower bowel obstruction, and let me tell you, you don't ever want to have that. The pain is awful. I mean awful. Doubled up pain, terrible. Well, they said that there's only one solution they're going to be able to do. First, you're going to have a CAT scan. So they did that, and that's when they determined it was a lower bowel obstruction. So they said in a few minutes, we're going to have somebody come in and put a tube down your nose, in your throat, down your esophagus, and into your stomach. And then they're going to suck up whatever's in there causing the obstruction. Well, doesn't that sound like fun, folks? Well, that's what they did, and that's even more painful than the stomach. Jamming that tube down your throat while you got your nose up in the air. Oh, don't ever have that happen to you, please. And so, my grandson, who you see back there, finally went home at 3 in the morning with his dad and his mom and my brother, and they left me in the hospital, and they removed about 1,200 cc's of undigested food, and I was totally, I mean, it felt great. So, what can I say? I only could eat ice chips Friday night, Saturday. Finally, Saturday afternoon, they took the tube out, and I felt great. And I had to have an enema. That's another fun thing. And finally, all you know what broke loose after the enema. And there was some more relief coming. But finally, Sunday afternoon, when we were going to go home from Grand Haven after having this wonderful time all weekend, I was able to get out of the hospital. My brother, my son, and my grandson picked me up, went over to my brother's house, loaded up my car, and went home. A total of 2 hours in Grand Haven without being in the hospital, all the rest of the time in the hospital. So that, ladies and gentlemen, is my experience of the Grand Haven Coast Guard Festival for 2010. Don't ever get a bowel obstruction. No.